Deuteronomy 24:1. When a man takes a wife and marries her, and it happens that she finds no favor in his eyes because he has found some indecency in her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce and puts it in her hand and sends her out from his house, and she leaves his house and goes and becomes another man's wife, and if the latter husband turns against her and writes her a certificate of divorce and puts it in her hand and sends her out of his house, or if the latter husband dies who took her to be his wife, then her former husband who sent her away is not allowed to take her again to be his wife, since she has been defiled. For that is an abomination before Jehovah, and you shall not bring sin on the land which Jehovah your Elohim gives you as an inheritance. Now, we went over this before. We're going to dig into it more this time. We're going to really get into this, Romans 7. Or do you not know, brethren, for I am speaking to those who know the law. So he's speaking to the Gentiles here. Who's Paul speaking to? The Jews, right? Those who know the law, the Hebrews, right? Those who have grown up with the Torah as their schoolmaster, right? That the law has jurisdiction over a person as long as he lives. For the married woman is bound by law to her husband while she is living. But if her husband dies, she is released from the law. Which law? The one concerning the husband, right? He says that in the next line. The one concerning her husband. That particular law, not the entire law, the law concerning her husband. So then, if while her husband is living, she is joined to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband dies and she is freed from the law, which law? The law of the husband, so that she is not an adulteress, though she is joined to another man. Therefore, my brethren, you also were married to die to the law through the body of Messiah, so that you might be joined to another, to him who was raised from the dead, in order that we might bear fruit for Elohim. For while we were in the flesh, the sinful passions which were aroused by the law were at work in the members of our body to bear fruit for death. Right? So we're released from the law. Yes, but which law? The law of the husband, right? He's using that allegory with the divorced woman. Continuing on, but now we have been released from the law, having died to that by which we were bound, so that we serve in newness of the Spirit and not in oldness of the letter. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? May it never be. On the contrary, I would not have come to know sin except through the law. For I would not have known about coveting if the law had not said, you shall not covet. But sin, taking opportunity through the commandment, produced in me coveting of every kind. For apart from the law, sin is death. I was once alive apart from the law, but when the commandment came, sin became alive, and I died. And this commandment, which was to result in life, proved to result in death for me. For sin, taking an opportunity through the commandment, deceived me, and through it killed me. So then the law is Kodesh, and the commandment is Kodesh, and righteous and good. Right? So he does make a switch here. Now he is talking about the entire Torah, I believe. But again, are we allegorically to understand that we're not supposed to keep it? May it never be, right? No, so we're not dead, right? And we are free to marry the husband again, but we are in the Spirit now, which allows us to have that discernment. It allows us to see, because the law is perfect, and it's going to say, take the adulterer out and stone them. That's what we as perfect people should do. We should say, that's an adulterer, we should stone them, right? But Yah has mercy. And that's what doesn't shine through in the letter of the law, is that the law just gives you unarbitrarily, this is how it's done. But it doesn't account for what do you do whenever you show mercy, right? Because mercy is not the perfect standard of the law. And as it is written, it is perfect. And so we can't achieve that perfection, and Yah extends mercy, but we should never take advantage of that. We should never say, because Yah is merciful, I should sin more, right? Because Yah didn't kill me and I deserve to die, then I can just keep doing whatever I was doing. No, you use that as an opportunity to live for Him. You use that as an opportunity, because now you're still alive and you're not dead, to use the rest of your life to please Him, right? And the commandment reveals the sin, because you may not know it's a sin until you read the law, right? But now that you know it, you may have not even wanted to do that before, but now you're like, oh, well, maybe I do want to do this, that, or the other, right? And you're not going to be held to as high of a standard if you didn't know it was a commandment, right? If you're ignorant of something, that's what the whole sacrificial system was for. When you were ignorant of something, that was not for when you willfully, intentionally went out and did something, and now you're going to bring an offering to make it right. And so Yes, our unintentional sins have to be dealt with too. All right, so jumping over to Hosea. When Yehovah began to speak by Hosea, Yehovah said to Hosea, "Go yourself, take a wife of harlotry and children of harlotry, for the land has committed great harlotry by departing from Yehovah." So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, and she conceived and bore him a son. Then Yehovah said to him, "Call his name Jezreel. For in a little while I will avenge the bloodshed of Jezreel on the house of Jehu, and bring to an end the kingdom of the house of Israel." Hosea 1:6, and he conceived again and bore a daughter. Then Elohim said to him, "Call her name Lo-ruhamah, for I will no longer have mercy on the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away." Now when he had weaned Lo-ruhamah, she conceived and bore a son. Then Elohim said, "Call his name Lo-ami, for you are not my people, and I will not be your Elohim." Hosea 3. Then Yehovah said to me, "Go again, love a woman who is loved by her husband, yet an adulteress, even as Yehovah loves the son of Israel, though they turn to other gods and love raisin cakes. So I brought her for myself for 15 shekels of silver and a homer and a half of barley." I do like raisin cakes, actually. Then I said to her, "You shall stay with me for many days. You shall not play the harlot, nor shall you have a man, so I will be toward you. For the sons of Israel will remain for many days without king or prince, without sacrifice or sacred pillar, and without ephod or household idols," or teraphim. "Afterward, the sons of Israel will return and seek Yehovah their Elohim and David their king, and they will come trembling to Yehovah and his goodness in the latter days." The Acharit Hayamim. Hallelujah. May it be soon in our day.